Hello everyone! Today, as you might have guessed, we're diving into new theories for your favorite game, Sprunki. I hope you enjoy this video, and if you haven't already, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to share your own theories and thoughts in the comments. We'd love to read them, and we'll be featuring the most interesting theories in our next video. So, let's get started. There's a lot to uncover. Let's dive right into this first theory. This theory suggests that Black might actually be much more than he appears, potentially even a positive character in the game. The unique ability he has to activate the horror mode could mean he's trying to contain something incredibly dangerous. Only Black seems to possess this power, which implies that he may have taken on a major responsibility to protect everyone else. In a way, this makes him seem like a leader or a guardian figure among the Sprunki, perhaps someone who carries a burden that the others can't understand. It's likely that Black is either the strongest, the smartest, or the most capable of all the Sprunki, which would explain why he was able to shoulder such a heavy duty alone. Now, let's add another twist. What if Wenda is the main antagonist in this story, but not by her own choice? Imagine if she was actually driven into this role by tragic circumstances beyond her control. There's a possibility that Wenda lost her sanity after enduring brutal torture at the hands of the Colorbox Mustard Mafia. These events could have broken her spirit and mind to the point where she was never the same again. By the time she returned to the city of Sprunki, she was no longer who she once was. Her psyche was fractured, her mind damaged beyond repair. It's likely that Black, seeing Wenda's state, didn't want to destroy her, or even hurt her. But her behavior was dangerous, and the only way to keep her from harming others might have been to create and activate the horror mode. By doing so, he could contain her rage and prevent her from causing irreversible damage. Perhaps this horror mode acts as a type of psychological trap, or a means to control the dangerous side of Wenda's mind, a way to hold in her pain and trauma, as well as her intense drive for revenge, which now seem to consume her. This theory is so intriguing because it creates a story where all the Sprunki characters have good intentions at their core. Even Wenda, who might appear to be a ruthless villain or killer, is portrayed here as a victim of unimaginable suffering. Her darker side, according to this idea, was born from the inhumane tortures she was subjected to. What we see as evil might actually just be the result of the unbearable anguish and anger that she carries with her. And Black, rather than eliminating her, is trying to protect both her and the city in his own way. What do you think about this possibility? Could events really have played out this way? Does this more sympathetic take on the characters and their struggles resonate with you? And do you feel differently about Wenda now that you've considered the hardship she might have endured? This theory suggests that the girl we see in the photo on the tree might actually be Black's daughter. There's a chance that Black once lived a happy life with his daughter, but that all changed when she went missing, plunging him into despair and ultimately driving him to madness. In the long, agonizing years that followed her disappearance, he transformed, both inside and out, into the dark figure he is now, and metaphorically fell into darkness. Yet despite this profound loss, a small part of him clung to the hope of returning to happiness, of somehow finding peace again. So he set out for the city of Sprunki, hoping that living among the Sprunki might help him feel joy once more, as he had in the past. However, once Black arrived in the city and witnessed the carefree and joyful lives of the Sprunki, it only intensified his feelings of bitterness and envy. He found himself unable to feel anything but anger at the happiness around him. It's possible that Black's perspective twisted, leading him to believe that if he couldn't be happy, then no one else should be either. This bitterness, stemming from all his unresolved pain, might have inspired him to develop a sinister plan to destroy everything good and joyful in the city. But to pull it off, he would likely need help, someone who could carry out his plan in ways that he himself couldn't. This is where he found a vulnerable Sprunki to manipulate, Wenda. In this theory, Black didn't immediately know how to control Wenda or make her susceptible to his plans. Instead, he enlisted the help of the Colorbox Mustard Mafia, hoping that they could break her spirit through their ruthless tactics. Tragically, Wenda endured severe torture, leaving her mind fractured and her psyche fragile. Exactly what Black needed. With Wenda's mind weakened and in turmoil, she became the perfect tool for Black, unwittingly acting as his accomplice in executing his dark vision. Does this theory resonate with you? Could this really be what happened? Could Black's deep pain have driven him to devise such a plan, manipulating others to create a twisted reflection of his own suffering? Share your thoughts in the comments. This interpretation definitely gives us a lot to consider. Here's the third theory, and it's a very intriguing one. This theory suggests that Jevin, also known as Blue, might actually be immortal. It seems like he knew all along that these events would unfold, or perhaps he simply wasn't afraid, even if he didn't have prior knowledge. Take a close look at all the Sprunki characters in horror mode. Each of them has a different facial expression. Some look shocked, others terrified, and some appear deeply saddened. But Jevin stands out because his expression doesn't change at all. It's almost as if he's entirely unaffected by the events around him. This lack of reaction is unusual because horror mode dramatically alters many of the other characters to the point of being almost unrecognizable. Some show expressions of pure, unrestrained terror, while others even appear to be missing parts of their faces. Yet Jevin remains unchanged. It's as though he isn't scared or even surprised by what's happening. Could it be that the killer or the source of the horror in the game chose not to harm Jevin? Maybe they knew it would be futile because, as an immortal being, Jevin cannot be hurt or killed. Attempting to attack or manipulate him would be a waste of time, and that knowledge could be the reason he remains unscathed. Could this explain why Jevin shows no fear at all? Maybe he genuinely has no reason to be afraid. His calm demeanor could indicate his awareness of his immortality and the safety that comes with it. Does this theory resonate with you? Could Jevin truly be an immortal character in this story? Let us know what you think in the comments. This interpretation certainly adds an interesting layer to his character. Every theory we've discussed adds so many layers to the story and makes us see each character in a whole new light. From Black's tragic past to Wenda's internal struggles and the eerie, almost unnatural calm of Jevin, these interpretations give the Sprunki universe a much deeper and more mysterious feel. It's as though each character holds a hidden story, a secret that makes them who they are, waiting to be discovered if we just look closely enough. Take Black, for example. The idea that he's not just a figure of darkness, but someone deeply impacted by loss, trying to contain a dark force, makes him feel more complex. It gives us a new reason to wonder why he does what he does, and makes his role more significant than it may first appear. And then there's Wenda, whose entire personality and actions might be the tragic results of manipulation, torture, and trauma. Viewing her not just as a villain, but as someone whose experiences shaped her actions, brings out a surprising layer of empathy for her character. Finally, Jevin, his possible immortality, and the unchanging expression during horror mode create an eerie mystery around him. It's as if he knows something that no one else does, or that he's been through it all before, so he's not fazed by the horrors that surround him. Let us know which of these theories speaks to you the most, or if you have your own unique ideas about the Sprunki characters. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to write your theories.